Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be standing here. Yes, it's a stand up show. I'll be standing here talking to you for a few minutes. This is show number 60 of season 6 of the When I Have Spare Time podcast. It's subtitled Unishin is Hot. Anyway, so as you know, each season consists of roughly 60 shows. Um, so since it's show number 60, obviously last show, like I just said. So after this show, you're gonna get a bunch of best of shows. You're gonna get the 20 best shows from season 4. So basically, all the uploads you're gonna get, they're gonna be on the best of When I Have Spare Time podcast playlist. And they will premiere. I'll do a few a day, and then maybe I'm assuming I will because I got nothing to do. I'll do a few maybe videos like this in between, and then after the 20 best shows of season 4 or are uploaded, we'll start season 7. And this is the first time in the 6 seasons I haven't decided who's going to be the K-pop idol for the thumbnail. I haven't actually sat down and done that yet. I haven't actually made my list because usually I make a list of 10 and then I pick from that list. And actually, usually I do a show about picking one. So I'll do like one of the new shows coming up. I'll do a show about picking the new thumbnail. And I'm sure some of the people from past lists that haven't made it. So probably like Joy from Red Velvet will be on there. Safe and Wiki Miki will be on there. Those two for sure. Um, Maybe Won Young from Eyes One will be on there. Um, yeah, I mean those are the three, right? I'll probably like pick from those three. Maybe Joy from Red Velvet, Safe and Wiki Miki, or Won Young from Eyes One. I don't know, but like I'll make a list of 10 just because it's more fun to make a list of 10. But anyway, other than that, nothing new is going on, unfortunately. I should be starting a new job soon because, the pandemic has really messed up my line of work. Once again, you've heard me complain about it a million times. I work with dogs, I work in the dog profession. Basically, I'm a dog expert. I know a lot about the bitches. And the only problem is when you work at a dog place because of the lockdown. At least the part of the city I was working in, there was an ordinance that if it's a small business, they're only allowed 4 employees in the building at the same time. So I'm working. I was working at a business, and there's a husband and wife who own the business. Now the husband and wife have 2 kids. Now the kids aren't there all the time, but they're there a lot. Like when school's out or whatever, and it's just dogs. So sometimes the kids would walk around and play with the dogs. So technically they're working, I guess. So that right there's 4 people. And they do follow the law to the letter. So that's why I'm not working for that particular dog place because once again 4 people. So yeah, and I don't know. As far as I know, the lockdown, at least in that part of the city, small businesses are still closed. But see, the thing is, like, it's not like a restaurant or a bar or whatever. So like I guess they could stay open because it's still a service. But anyway, even if that business, like, customers aren't allowed to go inside the dog place. I'm just calling it a dog place. The customers had to go to the sidewalk and they had to come outside and pick up their dog. So like they're basically making it really hard for small businesses to survive because like the reason why people go to our place is because it's very convenient and a lot of people want to actually want to go inside and like sit down for like I don't know why people do this, but when people like drop their dog off, they'll come inside and sometimes hang out for 20 minutes. That's I guess that's part of the charm of our. Oh, I was saying our of the place though, because like people, it was kind of like being a bartender. Like people would want to tell you about how their dog's day is going. and you had to sit there and pretend like you cared. And they'll literally sit there for 20 minutes and talk about their dog and what their dog did last night and how it might affect their dog today. And like, watch out for this, watch out for that. She was pretty snappy last night. Like, who gives a fuck? Anyway, and so like when customers would call and like when the lockdown first happened, and we tell them like yeah like we have to pick your dog up from the sidewalk. Some of them would actually like complain. Some loved it, but like it was like half and half. Half complained because the lonely people, the predominantly women between the age of 30 and 50, the women that don't get any attention from the opposite sex. Yeah, those were our main customers because they have a dog and they treat their dog like their child boyfriend slash father because men don't pay attention to women between the age of 30 and up, basically. Yeah, so like lots of women that hit, lots of women that I hit the wall were our customers. Yeah, this was partially, yeah, like our customers were mostly single women, pretty much. Mostly single women. A few housewives that their husband went to work and they're like, well, I don't want to watch the dog. So they just like bring the dog and like go shopping with like, the hubby's credit card. And then if it was a couple, there were lots of lesbian couples, lots of lesbian couples. I don't know why so many oh yeah, because lesbians can't have kids, so they have a dog instead. See, like a dog is like a replacement uh, baby for like certain segment of the population, like gay people, women between the age of 30 and up, um, sociopaths like me who scare people off. Yeah, so like oh, and then like lots of not lots, sorry. Out of all the customers we had, like two of them were like guys, like a married guy couple, like two of those. But I want to say like had about 10 lesbian couples, 10 lesbian couples, one guy couple, and I want to say like Jesus, like like 60 women who were single, between the age of 30 and up, and then the rest were like businessmen, businesswomen who were married though and just dropping off the dog. But I know no one asked, no one cared, but that's just at the place. That's just how the place I worked at. That was our clientele, and I don't really miss the job because working with animals or at least with dogs, it's very loud. There would be times. I mean, like I have them over there. I have a box of or whatever little container of earplugs because like I would have to wear earplugs to work because like these dogs are just barking nonstop and like I don't care. I'm not actually watching the dogs. I'm just standing around collecting a paycheck. So like I don't actually interact with the dogs. I just kind of like walk around and think. Just think about life. Think about hot Asian chicks. You know, because like if you ignore the dogs, they actually pay more attention to you because they're like, why is this human ignoring me? And so after a while, they kind of like sit down and just stare at you because they're so confused that you're not petting them, you're not playing with them, you're not paying attention to them. And so it's really funny because some people who work there they like play with the dogs and get them all excited. I'm the complete opposite. I go there, I don't even look down. I just fuck it. I don't. So it was easy for me because like it would be really noisy for the first 5 minutes because they're all excited and then after they're like, well, this guy's not even paying attention to me, and then after like a while the dogs get used to the fact that I'm not going to pay attention, so like I would come in and they wouldn't even make noise. But yeah, and also at that place, I don't know, not that I'm an expert, but I am. uh, there were a few clients. I mean, an expert in social interaction because I'm very aloof and only care about myself, so I don't pay attention to people. But like, there were a few female customers that were really into me, and they were on the verge of asking me to hang out and go to a barbecue. And I'm glad the lockdown happened because it prevented that awkward situation where I'm like, no. Um, yeah, and then like there's a few other people that work there that I think were liking me too much. The only problem is it's like a couple of the women that worked there were married and they liked me, and so I'm glad I didn't have to go through that awkward situation of having to sneak out their house before their husband comes home. Because like that's I just don't like physical labor. But yeah, and then like I'm not sure what I'll do. Like because magically, in June, magically everything's just gonna open up because now it's over. Should have never been like this in the first place. Because like remember when all this first happened, there were several doctors going, "This is just gonna be a part of our life. It's gonna be like the flu," you know. So it's pointless to have a lockdown, but we had a lockdown anyway. Now those same doctors. Well, no, I mean now those same doctors and other doctors who were against it are now saying, yeah, it's probably just going to be a part of everyday life. We should just open up. So we should have never closed down, obviously. But once again, this wasn't really for safety. This was an attack on small businesses and the poor. The only people who suffered during this whole thing were small businesses and poor people. All the kids who went to public school haven't been to school. All the kids who went to private school have been going to school. All the big corporations have stayed open. All the small mom and pop businesses, most of them have gone out of business. Amazon has made a killing. Walmart has made a killing. Target has made a killing. Big corporations are loving this lockdown. But that's all it is. But you gotta just admit that we've been attacked. I mean, well, the people of a certain economic class have been attacked this past year, and this, if you guys vote for the same people in, even though it kind of doesn't matter who you vote for because they're going to put in who they want to put in, but at least just based on principle, don't vote for the same people that were in office during this lockdown bullshit. All the people who are in favor of this lockdown, you can't vote for them again. If you do, you're just stupid. But most people are stupid, so why am I even saying this? Oh well, can't wait for next election that I'm not going to pay attention to because to me voting means nothing now. I've lost all faith in the government. Not that I had faith in the government. I just like saying stuff like that because it makes me sound smart. Because I'm not really smart. I just once again, I played a lawyer on a soap opera, and the way I did it is you just have to act, pretend like you know what you're talking about. Sound confident when you talk. If you sound confident when you talk, people are gonna think you're right in all the fake stats you say. I mean, I could just say like 20% of this is bullshit, and 30% of that is this, and 20 whatever, blah 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 blah. It's like if you just sound confident, it's right. But anyway, I've divulged too much information about myself. So I'm thinking the difference between I try to make each season of the When I Have Spare Time podcast a little different. Um, I don't know. I really don't know what I can do, or I don't have any ideas about how I can make it slightly different. Um, I don't know. I'll think of something, but because the only thing I've really done is like because I used to do only like scripted shows, and those were more offensive actually. If you listen to the earlier seasons have one thing in common. Each show I said something that was like really offensive, but obviously it was on purpose. Because it was scripted though. And then we've slowly gone to freeform as we've gone further on. But granted, obviously I have no problem talking. I could talk forever. But like I don't know what I'll do. But like the one thing that has stayed consistent, I have roasted people, and I will continue to call Billie Eilish ugly, and I will continue to add to my list of ugly people. That's one thing for sure. And I will continue to add to the list of hot people. But my favorite part is when I add to the list of hot people, I don't actually go into depth. It'll be like just a random show. I'll randomly go, whatever. What was that one show where I was like, I said some chick's name. I was like, oh yeah, and so and so's hot. It was just like randomly. But yeah, like when I say so and so's hot and I just keep going, that's the hot list. Like a hot lit like a show dedicated to a hot list is just too cliche. So that's why I don't like dedicate like 1 through 10 hot list, but that's why I just randomly say so and so's hot. But that's for you to keep track. But like the ugly list, I will. That's just something I can call Billie Eilish ugly every show, and I will be entertained. Because once again, this is for me. Um, yeah. So anyway, I've said enough. You guys have a good one. See you next season. Peace.